Hi all. Right. Well, this is still more obsession, as you can see. Uh, I came home from work today and pretty tired. Don't have much time. Had thought about moving back to my DD at Saipan game, but I just didn't really feel it. And this was still set up. Well, when I say it was set up, I have had to set things up again in a different way as well. But I was watching a bit of video footage of this, and I haven't tried this either. This is the Soul Estate Challenge. Um, so I just thought, because I had a bit of time and this was fresh in my mind, how the game plays. However, it's a totally different way you're playing the game. Now I know there's a couple of videos out there on this game, but I thought I'd have a shot at it. And I was thinking about playing the extended play at first, but I think I'll just play the standard play. So we start here and we've got to get around to here. To complete the game though, there's two conditions. You need to be maxed out in your rep. Got that turned the other way still, because I've turned things around here. If any of you watched the previous part. And because I managed to push things up a little as well, so I've got a lot more space down here. And just playing the standard game, I'm going to complete the game. You need 3 tiles of each, and these count as the first one. Yeah, so we need to purchase 2 of each essentials, service, estate, prestige, and sport, and have our reputation maxed out, which will be at, right, we don't need the last one, so it'll be maxed out at 6, won't it? So that's the conditions for the game ending, and then basically, we then count up our score. Now, if it happened to be on this side of the score, this is where they think you should sort of finish it. This is a sort of average part. But if you happen to be on this side, you're going to get an extra 5 points if you were there, an extra 10 if you were there, and so on. If you go the other side of things, it's going to be you're going to lose points going that way. And I watched Edward Heavy Cardboard's playthrough of this a little bit. I've not watched it all actually, but he was saying you could probably game the game by, keep going that way, and you know that you're going to gain more points even though you're losing 5 each time, and you get around here and getting another village fair, another builder's holiday. But it's just kind of defeating the purpose of things, really. Yeah. So what I'm going to do is try and complete the game, and then wherever that ends up me ending, then we'll see what our score is. So I'm hoping I might have a better performance here than the last one. Well, I don't want to spoil things if anybody else wants to watch the last one, but yeah. I feel like getting something back. It was a bit deflated at the end when I realised my score. Right, I suppose you are kind of spoiling things, Grant. Okay. Right. So, like I've said, I'm not done this either. So I'm just going to stick with the Howard family. It was some point to do that. Plus, I get the cook. Now I've decided I'm just going to draft the useful man again. So no changes there. Things happen slightly different. There's no courtship. There is victory point cards there, and objective cards will be up the top right there. However, you're only going to be able to get them by, I want to say there is one. Is it the main library? I think it was talked about. Let's move further down. Main library says take 1 objective card, yeah. So that's a way of getting an objective card. And there are also some guests that might allow you to gain victory point cards, obviously, and maybe take objective cards. That's the only way you can get them in this game for added points. So these are all, there's 1 of each tile in these, service, essentials, and so on. They don't have any of the hybrid tiles, and like I say, there's only 1 single copy. So fortunately, I didn't need to proxy in my Gable Conservatory, because there is one in the actual. I did have one that was okay. Yeah, and we can purchase any amount of them from any stack we want at the price. Now, it shows the price here. The price is up the back there, but because it's a big stack of tiles, so these are 300, and then whatever, obviously, alterations to the price on top. For instance, the brushing room's only 100 because it's 200. But we can look right through these stacks and pick any tile we want, as long as we've got the money for it, and we can purchase more than one, as long as we've got the money for it. And then we go through a normal round doing our stuff, then purchase at the end. Same thing, same way as you play the game, and then the AI will scavenge based on these numbers here. So if we roll, well, if I rolled a 13 there, so we'd look here, this is 12 to 14. So 12 is the top tile, 13 is that tile there. So the smoking room would get scavenged. And basically that's the way it works, nice and simple. There are some things that stop it from scavenging, but we'll get to that. Like, we need to be able to have the ability to get 3 of each of these. So if it happens to scavenge, you know, most of these before we actually get our extra 2, then it can't scavenge the last 2, because we still need to be able to fill our tableau and play it out. Okay, so yeah, just again, I might not even upload this video. I just wanted to sit down for a little bit of time, and I've been enjoying this, and it's fresh in my mind, the game. So we're going to play as the Howard family now. I might be able to show you the cards a bit more. I said that had been my plan to kind of do that this time. I've still not got the biggest amount of space here, but so that's our family members. These are our 2 cards, starter cards, but I've not looked at them yet. So we've got, who have we got? Lady Sarah Lewis. Lady Sarah is well travelled and opinionated. She's always accompanied by her companion, so she doesn't require service. £100, level 1, no VP points. And yeah, okay. Oh, he's alright. Did we have him the last time? No, I think it was somebody else. Actually, he's okay, actually. I think this is the guy I thought we had drawn the last time. The last game. Francis Trotwood? Yeah. Francis Trotwood, Esquire. Ladies have allegedly swooned over the dashing Mr. Trotwood, but he is always the soul of honour. Okay, so he does require service of a valet. He provides a casual guest and 1 reputation. So not too bad there to start with. Okay, so I think we can get going. Let's have a bit closer look at the round track then. So we start here and we go this way. So we're going to have 2 possible activities before the village fair. So we need to decide if we want to do that. This beginning both tile reserves, that's for Tableau Obsession, which I've no idea. I don't think it's a solitaire version of that. I think it's a one-on-one thing. I've not looked into that yet anyway. So Village Fair. Now, Grand Ball, that's a new thing. What you do when you get that is you draw 3 prestige guests, and you get to keep 1, and the other 2 go down the bottom. So that's a nice ability. National holiday there, another village fair. So there is 3 village. No, actually that's not true. There's 2 village fairs. I suppose there's a potential 3rd. If you do happen to go beyond the standard length game target of round 12. But then we've got the Builder's Holiday just before round 12. So yeah, it shouldn't be a terribly long game, I don't think. I'll make it longer than it needs to be, no doubt. Yeah, so, well, let's get started then. So, and I've no idea what, okay, I know what score I've got to achieve, 132. I can't really compare that to anything that I've done before. I haven't done this one. So, yeah, I'm not sure. It's exactly the same scoring, I think. Remember, you're not probably unlikely to have objectives or victory point cards. Okay, you might. I think it's. Well, that's not true. You might get lucky and get one or two, I suppose, but I don't think we can rely on them. So, you've got to kind of think the numbers. Obviously, the guests that you bring in here are going to be important numbers, and any tiles that you're going to put to use become important. And I suppose from the start, this is worth 3 points if you don't use it. However, you're giving up 6. But we have taken the useful man, so as long as we put him on that tile in the village fair turn, it would still get £200 out of it. We've got the cook as well, so that does gradually gain us some rep throughout the game. So maybe we don't take a chance and not flip that. But remember, each one of these tiles that we... Now, hang on. Do we not need to flip, actually? Ah, that's a point, then. I think you have to do it. Where's... Yeah, that's just... rung a bell. Was it? No, it wasn't. It was the other playthrough I watched. Slicker Drips. He's got a playthrough as well, and I think he chose not to flip that. But if I'm not right in saying, there's two end game conditions. Two end game conditions are met. The solitaire player is at max reputation, and the solitaire player's tableau, tiles in the country estate organiser, is complete. For a tableau to be complete, the player must have a tableau comprised 5 columns of 3 tiles for a standard game and 5 columns of 4 tiles for an extended game. And there's an example, but I think we get the gist of that. And then have flipped all tiles. No. Have flipped all tiles that can be flipped to the rose side. Monuments and all service tiles except for the butler's room are never flipped. Once these 2 conditions are met, the game ends and the score is tabulated. Well, you cannot choose to not flip this tile. I mean, okay, you don't need to do it at the beginning, but it's kind of pointless. If you're going to do it, you're going to do it in the first 2 rounds, because this needs to be flipped to that side. Yeah, that's a little bit strange then. Well, I think when he was playing it, I don't think he flipped it. Well, I've not watched all his video either, so I don't know if down the line he realised that, oh, I need to do that. Be a bit of a bummer. Don't think he flipped it anyway. I get the impression that it wasn't done. And, I was thinking about it there just now, because, I mean, keeping that as 3 points, having it as 3 points or 0, maybe you've got... Well, that's not true. Because once I've got 3 in essentials, shall we say, right? Once I've got 3 tiles here, I can still get another one, but I would have to discard one of the 3. So I suppose, technically, you could be discarding this. Yeah, I'm not quite sure how that works. I wonder if I should go and look that up in case there's something missing there. Give me a sec. Okay, I started looking on BGG there, see if there might be something. I get the feeling somebody might have asked the question regarding the fact that, do you have to flip that? I get the feeling you maybe don't have to flip it, but it would have to be flipped or discarded and something taking its place, and you would have to have 3 first, I think. You know what? I'm just going to go on playing a little, because I've not tried this, so I don't want to bog myself down with something like that. I'm just going to now do the village fair planning, I think, and be done with that. Okay, right, what we're going to start with then. Yeah, and I don't expect to have a victory in this game, to be honest. We're not playing it yet, but you never know. You never know. I understand how the game goes and whatever, and I know what. Although you wouldn't think that maybe with the last recording that I done. That was tough. Anyway, right. Okay, what are you going to do, Grant? Okay, so just thinking about what I might want to do first. Looking through the service, I think it's probably a common opening here is to get the servants' quarters. I've just realised that the most total score that you're going to get in service would be 4 points. The barn gives you 2, and all the other tiles give you 1. That doesn't necessarily mean that you should go and get the barn, I suppose, because it's a difference of 1 point, isn't it? Now, I like the brushing room, and the barn's okay. You've got the butler's pantry. You've got that renovated kitchen, but it's kind of expensive. And what was the other one I was thinking about? Well, yeah, there's Carriage House. It's quite good. I had that in one of my games recently. But I mean, right away I can earn £500. Well, I could probably get £600, but I'm not going to do that. By running the bowling green with the main man of the house gives me £500. Servants' quarters is £400. Brushing room would be £100 if I wanted that. So I could buy that as well. I get the feeling you want to move your rep up pretty quick. Because you don't really want to be buying these lower level ones. You know, even in Sporting, to flip it over only into a 2. So you want to kind of try and dig a bit deeper, you know, and get like the billiards room maybe and get 5 points out of that. But of course the AI is going to scavenge away every turn as well. So again, I don't really have a great strategy at all for this. The way the game plays, it plays totally different this way, doesn't it? However, yeah, I do feel like this opening of doing the bowling green is probably a common opening. And I'm going to bring the 2 gentry I'm going to bring are the main man of the house and the lady of the house. And that'll give me the £500 that I need and let me screen a possible, well, again, American Heiress, something that's going to give me money early on just before I start messing with my reputation. Seems to be the way to do things. Oh, I've got the useful man as well, haven't I? So, yeah, I'm assuming he can make things £100 cheaper as well, can't he? What's his other bits again? He makes things cheaper. He does the private study, village fair. But we're going to get that. I'm going to get the servants' quarters right away anyway, so that then makes things safer. Yeah, I can decrease the prestige rating of a tile as well, so that could be good as well, I think. Okay, so yeah, that's what I'm going to do now. Service-wise, I need a footman there. So, I mean, I guess we chuck the cook in. And again, I'm just saying about getting American Heiress and getting some money without losing rep. But if the cook's not going to do anything else, I mean, that's the only thing she kind of does, really, is gain rep and allows 1 to 2 levels reputation guests along, but we've not got any of that anyway, so there's no point in me just sitting there not doing nothing with her. So I'm going to bring her along. yeah, that's all we can do. Useful Man will be able to make things cheaper though for us. Alright, okay. So enjoy the favours, we get £500. I'll take that. So I suppose technically we could spend, because he can reduce 100, I could get something up to £600. What is the servants' quarters is 4 though, isn't it? So I've only got £200 left. Okay, well I'm definitely buying the servants' quarters. I can think about if I want to, maybe just want to keep HUD of the other 200. Or, you've got to remember that once these get scavenged away, that's it. You've got no chance of getting them again. So brushing room's not awful. And that would me then have my 3 tiles in service pretty much done. I'm not sure about that renovated kitchen, but it's awful expensive, you know. Okay, so £500 and 1 reputation because we've got the cook along, so that's up to 1.2, and then we're going to screen a casual guest. So I'll get 2 casual guests along here, and we'll have a look, see what we get. First one is, we got her the last game. She's level 2. She does the screen as well, just the same as the lady. Was that not about the first guest I drew the last time as well? And a gentleman that's going to give £100. I mean, she is worth a victory point as well. I don't know though. I feel we want money, don't we? Really. I mean, our 2 starter guests, the lady was giving us £100. The gentleman is not giving money. That's a gentleman that doesn't require service, £400. That's quite a tough call, actually. I'm not sure which one to take there. Right, I'm going to take her, I think. I dare say it's debatable. I mean, I think if it was £200, I would have kept it, but maybe that's kind of like common sense, Grant. I don't know. Maybe I could see some people maybe want to take that, but right, we'll go with that thought anyway. Actually, I'm rethinking that just before I go. I think it's a tougher choice than just means she needs a lady's maid. Now the rep side of it is not a problem as long as we've got the cook along. That both the cook and the useful man are going to be in the servants' quarter. Well, they might not be. Maybe I'll not. Well, it kind of makes sense using the useful man though for the discount. Oh dear. I'm going to stick with my first instinct and keep the lady. Okay, so that's all our favours done. Yeah, so buy from the market. Well, I think I've said I'm definitely getting the servants' quarters. So it's I don't know, put it there. It's 300 plus 100, so it's 400. Why did I think I had 600? I was counting the fact that I can make that worth 300 if I use a useful man. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I think I'll do that. So we'll be using the useful man on that, spending 300. So I've got 200 left. Let me just put him. Well, no, I'll leave it there just now. Right, so do I want... I mean, I don't think I want to go looking along here. I mean, the riding stables is 200, so I mean, I could buy that, but I don't know. I think I want to dig a little deeper into the... So, do I want to What else is there? There's a brushing room. What is the carriage house? Well, it's 300, so I can't afford that. In fact, I think all I'm going to be able to afford... Well, I could get the barn. That is the one that's the 2-pointer as well. So... And it's not bad, but... No, I don't think I want to go for the barn, to be honest. So then we've got Butler's Pantry. Well, can't afford that just now as well, but that did turn out pretty good in the last game. I think having the under Butler did work out pretty well because he can also stand in for the Hall boy. So that was pretty good. Housekeeper's room. Well, we don't have the housekeeper yet. The head housemaid yet. You can see that being useful, but the fact you're limited to 3 tiles, again, the carriage house looks pretty decent as well, but brushing room, I like the brushing room. Yeah, you know what, this, like I say, first time trying this version, so I'm going to buy the brushing room, so it's only going to cost me 100, so we take that for 100, so that's us basically filled up our service already. So that's it filled up, and obviously these don't need to be flipped because these don't flip. This will need to be flipped, but we'll be doing that once we pass. And yeah. So now, well, I'm not saying we can't take another service tile, but if we do, we'd have to discard one of these to be able to do it. So we'll see how that goes. Right, so that's us purchase from the market. We still have £100 left as well. So let's tidy things up. Yeah. So I put the useful man already in there. So they go in there. This gets flipped to its 2-point side. And then these go away. And then we go to scavenge for the AI. Right. I'll try and show you the dice roll if it stays on the table. Right, we got a 2. Oh well, that's pretty good actually. Well, it's going to be from the service. Well, it wouldn't have been the brushing room. It would have been the carriage house if I hadn't took the brushing room. That's what I'm meaning. So it's 2. So it's not the first. It's the second. So it's housekeeper's room. So that gets scavenged away, but that doesn't. Well, it doesn't really bother us because we've got our 3 service tiles anyway, so that's probably a decent result there. And that's it. Round's over. Nice and quick. I say I'm probably still making it longer than it should be. Right, so on to round 2, might as well push on a little bit. So we need to plan for the village fair here, don't we? Yeah, I think so. I think the fact the tile needs to be flipped, I don't see myself wanting to not discard it for something else. Well, I'm never going to be able to get the 3 points for it, am I, if it's got it to be flipped. So, yeah. Okay, so rotate service. These move up. And we round track monument. There's nothing on the round track. We don't have monuments. Host an activity. Okay, so private study is going to be. I think so, yeah. Okay, so private study. And there we go. We need 2 family. We have the 2 younger with the family. And we provide service. We need the butler. Don't need any for the family. So, well, we could still chuck the cook in here, couldn't we? Yeah, I'm probably going to be passing next turn, so I need the butler out of the... And that's the village fair. Yeah, so I don't... Yeah, I don't want to leave the useful man. Yeah. I don't think I'm going to be buying anything this round. Right, okay, so I think I can still safely use a cook here. The only thing being, we've got that reputation level 2 lady that we just drew. However, no, I just said we're going to pass next turn though, right? So remember that refreshes your service. Yeah, I noticed I made a blunder with that in the last game, not thinking about the fact that they refresh. So I could actually use the useful man. Oh, well, I can't. No, because I'm dragging them out of servants' quarters. Yeah. Okay, yeah, that's fine then. So that's my service. So let's enjoy our favours now. We've got £100 or 1 rep. I think I'm going to take the money. I feel like I know we're going to get a bunch, but that money's important. I get the impression trying to get a monument would be a good idea, but I mean the cheapest monument's going to be 900, is it? Yeah. Sure, that must be the cheapest one. Yeah, it is. 900. That would be in the green, so it'd be the sporting monument. 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I could see that being something that maybe to go for. Just wondering now if I should have kept that extra 100 I had for the brushing, because I think I might have been able to get that next turn. 5, 6, 7, 8. No, maybe not. Maybe I was still one short. Yeah, but if you had the useful man, yeah, maybe. Yeah, I can see that maybe being the way to have done it. Okay, never mind. So, right, I took the money. Yeah, sorry. 100s. We're going to get 1 casual guest without not screened though. So here we go. Okay, it's safe anyway. Brings a casual guest. No service required, gentlemen. So okay, no harm done. And then I forgot my reputation for the cook. And that's it. And we're not going to purchase anything, so let me just tidy everything up. Okay, that's everything tidied up, and we need an AI roll again. We got a 6, which says essentials. So 6 to 8, so it is going to be the top one. So morning room goes. Yeah, I think that's okay. Right, and that's the round over, so we move on to the village fair round. First village fair. Now I was saying I was passing, but I don't have to, do I? Although, here's me saying that now. What was I was needing? Oh, I need to use the butler. So, butler will be in the servants' quarters, but so is the cook. Yeah, and then that then would mean I couldn't bring this lady along. Actually, I'd be 1 short. Because I'm going to get 2 rep for the village fair, aren't I? That would be up to 5. So if I took the rep off the young gentleman, I would have been in level 2. Hang on though. No. You want the useful man, but he's going to shimmy along anyway. Well, I don't have to use that lady. We've got 2. I suppose I kind of thinking about wanting to hire, but I mean, do I really need to hire yet? So we could do the the front power or the main gazebo. No, we can't. Because the two ladies, I would need one. Well, I can't do the front power. Because one of the ladies is the level 2. That's a blunder again, Grant, I think. Well, I would do the main gazebo. I can't do that. Hang on. I feel like I was thinking about starting again. I just feel like I've made 2 or 3 wee mistakes here, and I'm also starting to realise a couple of things. That I think grabbing that monument early for £900, and if I hadn't, I mean, I could still get it here, but it's a bit meh. Okay, well, let's not start again. Well, if I start again, you'll not see this video. I'll just start again. Okay, I'm going to try and carry on and not pass then. I think pass next turn then. Yeah, and then we've got the grand ball. So rotate service. Right, around Trant Monument, we've got the village fair. So Useful Man's coming down to give us 500, and then 2 reputation, and then a host activity. So that's going to have to be a main gazebo. Main gazebo, 2 gentry. Oh, hang on, Grant. Hang on, Grant. You're not needing the butler anymore. Because you're not passing. Okay. So you can bring that lady. Yeah, okay. Hang on. Yeah, no, that's fine. That's fine. Right, so the main gazebo, I'm gonna bring the cook out of the servants' quarters so that I can bring. I feel like you need to do that first to be able to, because she's needing the cook's reputation boost. So, and then the other gentry is going to be, yeah, I want the money, don't I? So this lady as well. So it's kind of like, that's our 2 ladies, to be honest. So actually, hang on, I could have went front power then. Couldn't I? Yeah. Yeah, I think it was because I didn't think I was able to get the cook, but that's because I was going to be passing. Give me a second. Let's change that about, maybe. Because the fact, if we're using 2 ladies, I know this does give the prestige guess, but yeah, well, that's debatable, because I think I'm actually going to spend some of my rep to get another £100. That'd be 1, 2, 3 though. Right, hang on. Let me think. Yeah, I think the fact that we are taking 2 ladies, and I know I'm going to probably pass and get the ladies back anyway. Well, yeah. See, I can't make my mind up here. Because this is going to show you a prestige guest that you're going to be up to level 2. So anything up to level 4, and you might be able to use it with the cook. So maybe that's something that we should get going a bit sooner. However, that was giving you the rep, and you're going to spend some rep. No, actually, I think I do need to do it this way. I think I do, because I think I might drop back into 1 rep territory if I don't do it this way. Right, so we're going front power for some whist. We're using the cook so that it can bring, well, an extra gain of rep, and we can bring this lady along We need the housekeeper. Oops. Need the housekeeper and a lady's maid for that lady. That's it. That's all our service provided. So we can enjoy our favours. We're getting £100 here. So I've got 800. And reputation, we're getting 1 for the cook and 3 for the actual whist game and the parlour. So 4 rep. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is up to 2. And we do get to screen another casual guest invite. So 1, 2. Let's have a look, see what we get. 1. That's okay, no harm done. This is a level 2 as well. And worth a victory point. So, and yeah, I think that's probably a no-brainer, isn't it? Yeah, I don't want to have too much casual guest stuff. So that's 2 reputation, and it's a victory point. So that we'll keep that one. We'll discard the other lady. Right, so that's all favours. So, like I say, I've got £800. Now, there's probably a lot of other things I could be looking at too, but I've really just realised that I think getting a monument is probably high on your list to get you starting. And I could have done it a little bit easier there because I've only got £800 and I need 900. That's the cheapest one there. It's 800 base cost, and then we've got another 100 for the addition. The rest get dearer than that. So I mean, this is the smallest amount of points, I think, 5. So if I'm going to get that, like I say, I've only got 8. I need 9. So we're going to dip into our reputation gain there. So 2 reputation to give us another 100. That's us got 900. I'm going to spend it all, and we're going to take this and put that there. Yeah. I feel like that's important. I feel like you can see some things you want to do at the start. Get the servants' quarters, get an early monument. I don't think I could have got a monument sooner. I think you need the village fair money to be able to do it, don't you? So I'm probably not slowed down there any. But, well, my rep maybe took a hit that I didn't need because I could have not had the brushing room right now and not had to spend that rep because I would have had the extra £100. And there's maybe other ways I could have done it. I don't know. Okay. So that's our purchase. We've no money left in. We can't buy anything else. And we're going to clear our stuff up. Okay, that's everything tidied up. And we flip the front parlour into a 2. And there we go. Okay, so the AI, what are they going to take this time? We've got a 12. So let's have a look. 12 is digging into the prestige. So retiring room, yeah, it would have been the cheapest, wouldn't it? Minus 200, so it would have been 500 for that. However, it's gone. So that's that. Okay, so moving on to the next round now. This is where I said I would pass. I think I probably have to this time. Well, I don't have to. I don't have to, but I think I should. Yeah, spending too much time thinking about that. So let's play it out, Grant, because like you say, I haven't tried this before, so should play a game of it and see. I mean, it doesn't really take that long to play a game, I don't think. I just make it longer than it should. So I'm going to pass. So it's the same upstairs downstairs passing rules that we've done before, where you do have the option to hire as well, which is what we're going to do. So I pass, I refresh the service, so don't rotate, we just refresh it all. And then we reclaim our deck. Right. I'll do that, I'll sort the cards out, we can have a look at them. And then observe round track event. There's nothing on the round track event. Then we check for monuments. We have I should have my reminder actually, shouldn't I? I'll put my reminder there that we do gain 1 reputation. We've got 1 monument, so we've got 1. And then either collect 200, hire servants, or refresh builder's market. Well, actually, refresh builder's market won't work, so collect 200 or hire servants, but we're going to hire servants. So we need the butler's room out of there. And there we take the butler. Now, yeah, this was one I had wondered about, the fact that can I use the cook here to gain the extra 1 reputation? And I think I decided I could, or did I not do it maybe because I wasn't sure. I don't see. I mean, it's still an activity you're doing. It just feels like it's the butler hiring and the cook being there, giving reputation. I don't know. Am I fine? Is the theme there? Maybe it is. I suppose if the servants are coming along to be interviewed and that, and the cook's got some nice soup made or whatever, then it gives a better reputation. Yeah, maybe. So do we mind having the butler and the cook in the servants' quarters next turn though? Well, we're just about going to this grand ball, so we're going to get a prestige guest that we might be interested in using. We would possibly need the cook for that. Well, probably would need the cook for that. But if she's in the servants' quarters, that's fine, as long as we don't also need to use the butler. There's not any tiles or any guests that need the butler, so I think we're okay with it. So I think I'll go with that. Again, hopefully it's right to be able to do that on the butler's room. Right, and so what are we hiring then? That's the point. I don't know. Want to sort the cards out so I can just see what we might be looking at here. Right, sorry, I was on pause there. I had a phone call, so where were we at? Yeah, we're wondering who to hire. I think that's what it was. So there's our guests. So not got an awful lot just now. That's the family. So as for service requirements, we've got 1 valet and 2 ladies maids. So, well, I don't know if that helps us or not to decide. Now we do have the brushing room, remember. So if we're going to get a valet, we're probably better getting a footman, aren't we? Yeah. So, and then the 2 sort of special. Remember, we can't get the cook. In fact, the cook shouldn't even be there, but it's just because the Howard family, and I don't want to. I'll leave that in the actual Howard box. Yeah, so we can't get a second cook. We could get the hall boy or the head housemaid. We tried that head housemaid the last time, and it worked pretty well for the screening, didn't it? And then she could also, she could stand in for the housekeeper, wasn't it? But that was only if it was on a card. And yeah, and did we not lose that tile, that housekeeper room? Yeah, we lost that. So maybe, you know what? Maybe we should just go for a lady's maid and a footman. Not, but I mean, the hall boy was only really giving you £100 extra every time. Not terrible, I know, but yeah, I think I'll go for that. I'm gonna go for a lady's maid and a footman. And make a mess of things while I'm doing it. So, oh yeah, I noticed that. Well, yeah, it's just I'd finished all the video for that last playthrough that I'd done, but the very first hire that I'd done, I put them in because I had passed some reason I thought they were going available, and it was 2 ladies' maids I took, and I was like, no, it's the mistake. I put in the comments of the video, but I got kind of lucky because we had 3 ladies' maids in here, and there should have only been 1. And the next activity I'd done, I only used 1 ladies' maid, so I got lucky. So I didn't really, although I cheated by putting them in there, I didn't then benefit from them. So that was quite fortunate. Okay, so that's our hire. And then shop, well, we're not shopping, we've no money. So, yeah, let's clear things up. Okay, and the butler's room does get flipped, so that is basically our service is complete now, unless, of course, let's say we can replace these, but I don't know. I think you probably don't want to do that, and I think for my first game, I just want to buy 3 tiles in each, get them all flipped over, get my rep at max, and then see what score I get, and then we can realise, oh, right, that wasn't such a good round after all, Grant. A good game after all. Okay, so we passed. We did gain our reputation. Yeah, we checked our monument, that's right. Okay, so yeah, we still got a scavenge, haven't we? So let's see what the AI does. It's a 2. Maybe we can't see that. It's glary. I know when I'm looking at the camera there, I can't see it. It's a 2 anyway. So again, he's going at service. 1 would be the carriage house. 2 is the butler's pantry. Yeah, it's a little bit annoying because I was maybe considering, you know, we could get rid of the brushing room for something there. I don't know though. Maybe not. I mean, we've just drawn in our. That would make no sense if we took this over a valet, we took a footman. You're talking about getting rid of the brushing room. That would be kind of silly, Grant, wouldn't it? I'm just thinking if I'd like to replace it with one of these tiles or something else. Okay, so that's us moving on to this grand ball. But I think I'm just going to pause there. That's us probably maybe a third of the way through the game, possibly. Maybe a quarter of the way through. So I'm going to wrap this up. I don't have any more time now anyway, so... yeah. Yeah, I don't know how I'm progressing. I do think the monument, I think this is probably a easy opening start, get the servants' quarters. Probably, maybe shouldn't have taken that, because I think I would have been able to get the monument easier. But you're guaranteed to be getting this, I think. However, you're not guaranteed that, because if they happen to roll, what was it? It'd be a 15, it would be. If they rolled 15 on the dice, they would scavenge that away. So then you're needing to spend £1,000 rather than the 900. I suppose you could get that as well. I do think getting a monument's probably a good idea, early doors. But okay, I'll be back with the second part of this sometime soon, hopefully tomorrow sometime. That's if it does see air, because I might just not bother. I might play through and see how daft it looks at the end and see how the score is before I maybe upload it all. And then just call this a practice game, and you know, you should really have a shot of these before you start showing other people, I think. Right, okay, I'll be back later. Cheers.